Hello humans, I'm Yoshiller and welcome back to some more Bomberman 64, The Second Attack. In the previous part, I took on the game Planets of Starlight and I completed it. Now that I've completed Neverland and Starlight, I have unlocked 3 additional areas. And I've been disputing which area I should go to next. I can go to the amusement planet Epikyur, I can go to planet Thantos, which is the planet on the right, or I can go straight to the last level, which is Warship Noah. Now, since this is a 100% walkthrough, it doesn't quite make sense for me to go to the last level right away, though I can do that. However, I've decided I'm either going to go to Epikyur or Thantos first. In my original walkthrough, I went to Thantos first. It has a more useful bomb, the order in which you play these last 3 areas doesn't particularly matter, and Thantos gives you abilities that allows you to go back on the previous levels and unlock more abilities. But I'm actually going to play Epikyur first. By the way, here are the new abilities I can actually buy in here. These are for the game's multiplayer mode, so they're not really useful to me right now. But if I wanted to get some additional equipment for multiplayer, I could do that. Also, I can see the secret file for Zoniha, the boss of Epikyur, but not the secret file for Bolzeeb, the boss of Thantos. You might also notice that there's a bunch of additional stuff here that I can't quite use. These are actually level hints that show you where different things are on different levels. And for this next level, I strongly advise buying this, the full power ability. Whether you're playing Epikyur, Thantos, or the final level, Warship Noah, please just max yourself out on hearts and buy the full power ability. Anyway, I've actually decided that I'm going to play Epikyur. In my original walkthrough, I did play Thantos first, for the reasons that I just specified. But for the time being, I'm going to play on Epikyur first. I figured the regular routine of this walkthrough is that I play the harder level first with as few abilities as possible. So I'm actually going to take on this level first. Also, you might notice that Pommy is back to his original form. I did buy the de-evolution product off screen because I'm going to evolve him into something else in this part, just so I can showcase a different evolution in this video. Anyway, you might notice that Pommy was talking a bit about a roller coaster if you were reading his text underneath all of my dialogue, but hang on, we have to go through a Pommy evolution cutscene. Now, I already know what he's going to evolve into, but what do you guys think he's going to evolve into? I've evolved him into all sorts of stuff, and he's evolving into something he can only evolve into from his bare, basic form. There we go! This is Animal Pommy! Animal Pommy is a type of Pommy you can only get if you give the basic Pommy form meat products. Formerly, I turned him into more of a warrior. He grew knuckles, and then he gained a hammer, and then he became like this magic sage floating thing. That was because I gave Pommy fruits. I can only get those evolutions if I gave Pommy a bunch of fruits at the beginning. But now, I've sent him back to the beginning, and I'm giving him a bunch of meat products at the beginning. Anyway, I bought the full power ability. What does this do? It allows me to start off with the ability to throw bombs, kick bombs, start off with remote control, and automatically have full firepower and full bomb setting power. This is important because this level is a really, really big pain. Trust me, you'll see soon why this level is such a pain. Anyway, you might also tell right now that my throat is completely shot. I'm recording this just after I got done attending the E3 2016 press conference, or press event, I'm sorry, conference event, expo. I just got done attending E3 for this year. And like any expo or conference or convention or whatever, I'm sick. It doesn't matter how much hand sanitizer I use. It doesn't matter how often I shower every night. It doesn't matter how much orange juice I drink. I always get sick. Also, this enemy, you suck. Even though I started off with the full power ability and had max bomb power, just touching that enemy made it so that I only can set 1 bomb now. Well, that's great. Anyway, this is the central hub of the level, and I have a few different ways I can go. And you might say, a few different ways? Yoshiller, it doesn't look like you can go anywhere. Well, allow me to explain. As you can see over there, there's the ability to throw bombs. You need that in order to complete this level, but I bought the full power ability so I can just start off with it. What you need this for is actually for a little mini puzzle that they don't really tell you about. If you throw an ice bomb into this little fountain in the center of the area, it'll freeze the fountain and cause this area to become accessible. Now, there are ghost enemies over here which kind of foreload as to what this level is going to have happen next. As you probably could tell by now, this level is an amusement park. That means that there are going to be different areas that are normally found in amusement parks. And I think that that's insanely clever. Also, because this level takes place near the end of the game, I have to use all sorts of different bombs in order to get through it. Anyway, you can see what appears to be a roller coaster down underneath me. I'll be going on that later. Spoilers. I think that was kind of obvious by now. Anyway, this is a haunted house section of the level, and I'm not even kidding. The music's changed. The enemies are actual ghosts. They are a pain to fight. This level, or this area of this level, is one of the most difficult things in the game. Not even making this up. It's full of traps. The enemies are incredibly deadly because they can just teleport everywhere, and the second they touch me, I lose hearts. Okay. But the music's awesome. Gotta give the composer a lot of credit for the music. I believe the composer is Yasunori Mitsuda. He did the music for Chrono Trigger. He did some songs for Super Smash Brothers. And he did a phenomenal job for the soundtrack on this game. Anyway, as I continue to fight through my temporary sickness and get through this level, I will do my best to showcase all the things that you need to do. There are a lot of things on this level that you have to figure out that aren't directly explained to you. For example, how do I get inside the mansion? No matter what doors I use, no matter how many enemies I defeat, I can't go through. Well, that's because, believe it or not, I need to blow open the windows, and I'm not making that up. You gotta take a bomb. You need the ability to throw bombs to even get over here, so you use the ability to throw a bomb into the windows, destroy both windows, and you're good to go. Now, this is the interior of the mansion, but trust me, things are just getting started. There's all sorts of trap floors. All these enemies are incredibly deadly. Those doll enemies, or this guy that just touched me, when he touches me, he deals 2 hearts of damage, as opposed to the 1 that the ghosts give to me. The trade-off is that the ghosts can teleport, and they can keep teleporting on me or near me. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, well there. The ability to set more bombs. That's good. I need that. Also, the ghosts float, so I mean, I can't stun them. It is possible to actually get a ghost stuck in these little holes in the ground, so you can keep blowing up bombs on them. And if you knock the doll enemies into them, you'll defeat them immediately, so that's good. Anyway, I understand that I'm just kind of moving around, just going around places without actually explaining what I'm doing. The reason for that is this level is incredibly tricky if you haven't played it before. If you've never played this level and you're not looking at a walkthrough or anything and you're just trying to complete it, you will get lost. So rather than waste time just going in circles and explaining how a traditional routine of this level will go, I'm just moving forward. There's a secret area in the top left corner of this mansion that allows you to get the body piece for this level. You can enter that area at any time and get extra hearts as many times as necessary, and I might actually go back there and get more hearts. But for the time being, I'm just in there to get the body piece of this level because it is necessary for 100% completion. Also, you do have to defeat all of the enemies in this room in order to move on to the next room, but I will actually be in this little center room a couple more times before I actually progress on to the next part of the level. So as you can see, whenever I go up these stairs, it's a trap. It makes me slide back down. I have to use a wind bomb to get to the top of it. And then there are 2 doors up here. There's one to the left and one to the right. The right one only opens when all of the enemies in the room have been defeated. The one on the left is surrounded by fire. If I use an ice bomb in front of it, I can actually get rid of the fire and allow this to become a regular old door. If I go through it, I'll be in a random other part of the level. I can't really do much here besides destroy this box. This box contains the arms piece of this level, which is necessary for 100% completion. Nothing really else I can do in this room, so I'll just go ahead and collect this. But I will be back in this room later, and if you wanted to, you could get this piece later. In fact, it probably is smarter to get it later, but I just figured I just got the body piece. I'll get the arms piece while I'm at it, and I'll complete this room for a 3rd time, just so I can potentially get an extra heart, maybe an extra bomb setting power-up. Just extra power-ups, darn it. Anyway, here we go. Let's go. Just take care of everything. Got rid of the doll. It's the ghosts that really annoy me. Although the dolls deal 2 hearts of damage every time they touch me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Although the dolls are dangerous, I do find the ghosts to be some of the most annoying and frustrating enemies in the entire game. Here we go. You're done. Okay, now all I have to do is get this last ghost. I kind of don't want to go to the secret room in the top left corner now, because if I go inside there and I leave it, all these enemies are going to respawn, and it's going to be a big nightmare. So I'm just going to attempt. Gosh darn it. Might have to go back into the respawn room. I don't know. I'm just going to attempt to get through the rest of this mansion with only 2 hearts. Oh, okay, 3 hearts. Good. That's much easier said than done, but you know what? I'm going to try it. I was previously explaining how this is probably the most frustrating part of the game, and oh boy, I haven't even shown you why. This room is traditionally why. Now notice that I'm turning Palmy into the second player. He's not a CPU right now. What I'm about to do is actually going to be very interesting. You don't have to do it this way, but this is the advised way of doing things. Let me turn him back into a CPU just so I can move him over. Come on, Palmy. Alright, you know what? Here. Here's what you want to do. You want to destroy that box. Underneath it is a switch. And then you need to set a bomb on that switch in order to move on to the next part of the level. The best way to do this is actually to throw Palmy over there. If you turn him into the second player instead of a computer player, he will not move. Throw him over there and push C up anytime you miss. Throw him over there and then make sure to get ready for the next part of the level. I'm not kidding. Any strategy guide will actually tell you that this is the best way to get through this room, which is to turn Palmy into which is to control Palmy through a second player controller and just throw him over there. I think that that's actually a pretty interesting solution to a puzzle. I don't know if that's the intended way of doing it, but it is the advised way to do it. Anyway, I gotta pay attention to this. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Cool. Okay, let's turn back into a CPU. You can do whatever you want now, Palmy. This next room isn't too tricky. It does have ghost enemies in it, so that in itself is already annoying. But actually getting through it is not so hard. You might notice that the main obstacle on this level, or on this room specifically, is this little spiky ceiling. If I just remain careful, I can step away from it and figure out how to assess this room. You might notice that each of these mirrors has a reflection, except for one. That one is actually a door, which happens to be the one that's underneath this spiky ceiling. If I wait for the spiky ceiling to go up, and then I go through here, I can access this room, which I saw earlier. I can actually push these sculptures down and use a wind bomb to get back if I needed a quick way back, but it's really not necessary because I'll be exiting this mansion in just a moment. Also, yes, if you do touch the spikes down below, you will die immediately. You don't just get hurt, you're dead instantly. Okay, so more dolls, more stuff, more hearts. More hearts are a good thing, so I'll go ahead and get that, and I'll enter the next part of the level. And it is also worth noting that if you decide to go back through the fiery door, there's not really much to be gained from it because this room will actually get you back to the front as well. You might notice over here to the right there's a skeleton with a blue flame on it. And you might wonder, what does this do? Well, I think you destroy it. That's not correct. Oh, actually, I remember what I'm supposed to do now. I'll come back to this in just a second. For now, there are more ghosts in this room, but as opposed to the previous rooms of this level, if I destroy all the ghosts in here, they will not respawn the next time I come in here. So I strongly encourage destroying the ghosts. Darn it, freak! So the little balloon enemies at the beginning of the level get rid of my bomb power. These little doll enemies take 2 hearts of damage every time they touch me. And the ghosts not only hurt me and teleport everywhere, but they take away my firepower, darn it. Come on, you know what, whatever. Bomb spamming, we're bomb spamming, come here. Thank you! Okay, now, you might be wondering, what do you do in this room? Well, first things first, you want to blow the door open. Oh, a weird sound. That means that only a specific type of bomb can be used on this door. And you might wonder, well, what bomb can be used? Obviously, it's not the ice bomb. What you actually have to use is a plain old fire bomb, which I believe is the only instance of this being a mechanic in the game, where you have to use the default fire bomb. I know, it's weird. Anyway, you don't have to defeat all the enemies in this room. I just strongly advise that you do so. What you actually want to do is you want to go up here and just walk up to this cabinet, and you'll get what is called a museum pass. You might wonder what the museum pass is for if you're directly following my walkthrough. But alas, trust me, you need this in order to complete the level. And getting it now makes the level so much easier rather than having you walk around in circles a bunch of times. Anyway, I guess these trees just have a bunch of fruits, which I guess makes sense because a lot of fruits do come from trees. Let's see. Oh no, I need firepower. Please, no! I started off with full power, and I pretty much already lost everything. Come on. Here we go. Let's change the perspective. Maybe that'll help. Okay, a speed boost. Normally that's good, but I maxed out on speed. Let's see. Nope, that's a slowdown. Okay, come on. Firepower boost. No! I don't need any more fruit. Palmy's already an animal. Ah, darn it. I'm gonna die. Yep. You know what? Maybe that's okay, because dying allows me to go straight back to the central hub of this level, so that's not so bad. Okay. And just a friendly reminder that if I do die 3 times, that means I will no longer have the ability to throw or kick bombs. However, I did get the Guardian boots on Planet Starlight, so that means I can always kick bombs, but throwing bombs is something that I also need for this level. I don't have Guardian arms or anything yet. Anyway, gosh darn it, don't you touch me. I'm already low on firepower. I don't need to be low on bomb power, too. Will these things give me a fire boost? Yes, they will. Thank you. Okay. That's exactly what I needed. And then will this give me a bomb boost? Good. So at the very least, I can set max bombs again. Okay, so let me go back and reset this room and then head back up and see if I can get some more firepower stuff. Ah, that's nice. Okay, so these will always give fire boosts and bomb boosts. And I don't have to take out the enemies, but I want to because they're a real pain. I get it. All they probably want to do is sell me that balloon, but arg. Arg, you are annoying. Okay. So I did previously say that I had a few different options in this part of the level as to where I could go. Oh, a strange sound. That means that I have to use a specific type of bomb. And just to speed things up, I have to use the earth bomb. You need the earth bomb to blow open those gate doors, and then the right half of the level will now become accessible. So the left half was a haunted house. The right half is a museum, as evidenced by the fact that I got a museum pass earlier. You'll have to go back to each of these parts of the levels in based on the order in which you do things. You can start with the museum and go to the haunted house second, or you can start with the haunted house and go to the museum. No matter what, you'll have to go to each area. You'll have to go to at least one area twice. Since I already got the museum pass, I can go ahead and blow this open, and you might notice that I'm picking up this strange battery. What is the battery for? Well, you might have also seen throughout this level that there are various roller coaster tracks. And just to spoil something, I need the battery in order to go on the roller coaster. Anyway, what about this room? What am I doing in this room? Well, you might see that there's a poster here in the top right corner with different Roman numerals next to different fossils. That explains the order in which I must destroy each of these fossils. So I have to start with this top one. Come on. There we go. Then I have to destroy what appears to look like a helix fossil. Let's try that again. Come on now, work with me. Gosh darn it, work with me here! Alright, let's try a different bomb. Let's try an ice bomb. Will that work? Thank you. Okay. And then I have to destroy this Triceratops fossil sculpture thing. And then last but not least, I have to destroy this obnoxious T-Rex in the center. Okay. Since I've done the order correctly, I can now access another part of the level. However, another thing worth noting is, had I not gotten the museum pass, I could go to this part of the level, I could get a different type of pass, and then I could go back to the Haunted Mansion. But I'd have to go to the Haunted Mansion and get the museum pass anyway, so I don't know. Does it really matter what I'm saying? Probably not. It also probably doesn't matter that I'm destroying these flying enemies in here, but whatever. Okay. Anyway, next part of the level. Okay, so there are some really weird soldier-based enemies here. Kind of weird that this would be in a museum. I mean, museums have historical artifacts, but I do find it weird that they're sharing a fossil museum, a dinosaur museum, with a military museum. Am I the only one that finds that weird? Probably. Okay. So you can destroy all sorts of different things in this room. Oopsies. Here. Come here. Boom. Okay, so in destroying those missiles down in the bottom left, you might notice that a box appeared in the top right. I need to destroy this box if I want to get 100% on this level. So much like all the other collectibles I've gotten in the past, or not all of them, but a majority of them, I have to set a big bomb, and I need to bounce on this bomb in order to access that area. So hang on. Come on now. Let's see. I'm going to set this down. Nope, that was supposed to knock me backwards. Darn it. I'm already screwing things up. I say! Well, you need to go into this room in order to complete the level normally anyway. So let me show you what you're actually supposed to do. You're supposed to use the electric bomb to set off this switch, cause the tank to turn, shoot the plane in the sky, and drop a pass. What does this pass do? Well, it allows me to do something back at the Haunted Mansion. It's a museum pass. It's a different type of museum pass, though. I'll explain what it does momentarily. For now, let's see if I can actually get back up here. Man, being sick sucks, okay? I do not like being sick. I remember, like, you know, when I was in elementary school and it was like the cool thing to get sick so you didn't have to attend school. But nowadays, it's like, I can't miss work. I said I'd put out a new video every single day, and I'm gonna do it, darn it. But being sick, it feels like it lowers the quality of my videos. My commentary sounds horrible. I feel terrible, not only because I'm sick, but because I feel like I'm bringing out a lower quality video. But darn it, I can only hope that this video is good, especially since I now finally got the legs piece of this level. So there are 3 100% completion pieces that I've gotten on this level. I did get the body piece, I got the arms piece, and I got the legs piece. All I'm missing is the heads piece. I'm sorry, head piece, which I'll get in just a moment. Also, if I didn't explain this already, a quicker way to get through this part of the level is just to use a wind bomb. I'm just doing things. I'm sorry. I'm not really explaining anything I'm doing. Hopefully this video is good. I don't know. I'm doing my best. Darn it. Okay. Throw an ice bomb into there. Okay. I could get more firepower. Maybe I will. Oh, that one's bombs. Okay. Let's get firepower. Okay, there. Darn it. Frick. Okay. That's fine. I have everything but max hearts, which is good. That's good. Okay. So let's head back over here. Anyway, on a more positive note, did I ever mention how much I love the fact that this level is an amusement park? This level, or this game, has so many creative ideas for levels. Like, I never would have thought that the idea for a level based on electricity would be a casino, but then it logically just makes sense. And then the idea for a level based on light is an amusement park. And they really just have a lot of creative ideas with this amusement park. It's like 2 levels in one. You have this haunted mansion, and then you have what will soon be a roller coaster, and you have a museum, and I just think it's cool. Gosh darn it, no! Okay. Spoiler alert. You're going to want to have hearts. Okay, you're going to want to get hearts. Hearts are good. Also, this is what the museum pass does. When you get the museum pass from the museum, it oddly makes these doors unlocked. You can't really do anything otherwise, but yeah, that's what you need to do for this part of the level. Okay, please, hearts, don't you touch me. In fact, I am tempted to leave this room and re-enter it just so I can get more hearts. I don't want to go back that way. Okay, you know what? Here, let's go to this part of the level. And yeah, maybe I'll be fine if I'm just down 2 hearts. But if I lose any more, I'm going to go back and get more. Okay? So here we go. As you can see, here are roller coaster tracks, guys. As you could probably guess, I'm going on the roller coaster very soon. I mean, I got a roller coaster battery not too long ago. I made it through the haunted mansion. It looks like the roller coaster at least goes through here. So yes, guys. Yes, I shall soon be going on the roller coaster. I don't have to destroy these enemies. What I am trying to figure out is how I get down here in the bottom left corner of the level. Because as you can see, there are some boxes. And that actually is where the headpiece of this level is. Gosh darn it! No! I gotta go back and get more hearts now. Darn it, darn it, darn it! Darn it! Darn it! And my firepower's gone. Oh my goodness. Alright. Alright, you know what? At the very least, let me get the box first. Oh, that's just fully solid. Okay. I have another idea. See, the truth of the matter is, I've never 100%ed this game before. I mentioned that in the first part. And specifically, I've never 100%ed this level. So before I actually ride the roller coaster, yeah, that's what I thought. Let me walk along the roller coaster tracks and fall over into this area. See? See? That's cleverness. This actually is kind of clever. Ah, darn it, whatever. I'm going to go back and refuel on supplies soon anyway. Here we go. Here is the headpiece for this level. And that's where you get the remote control ability if you needed it. Now, how do I get out of here? That is a good question. Everything here is solid. I seem to be stuck. Okay, go. No, good. The developers and designers of this game were smart. I can't get stuck from a wind bomb. That's good. Okay. How do I get out? Can I, like, slide underneath here? Because this is the only place with land. I can. But can I go back through this area? No. That's weird. So there's only a way out, but not really a way in. Ooh. Anyway, okay. I really, really need to stock up on supplies. That is a very good idea at the moment. Stock up on supplies. Get hearts. Make sure you have firepower and bomb setting powers. Oh my goodness. Okay. Trust me. Just do this. I'm going to do this. And I'll see you guys in just a moment. Whoosh. Okay. Well, I made it back with losing only 1 heart, and I think that's as good as I'm going to do at the moment. So, okay, time for everything to come together. So here's the roller coaster, but if I just step inside of it, it won't work. I need the battery, which I got from inside the museum, and now Bomberman and Pommy will automatically go inside the roller coaster cart, and now we have a fun cutscene ahead of us. Let's watch! Also, I don't think I've mentioned this, but you might have noticed that every time I transition to another room on this level, at any point, there's this weird ticking sound that goes like bling. That will be important for the next part of this walkthrough. For now, things are about to get pretty interesting. Where are we? Wow, I just realized that I haven't done Pommy's voice for like the entirety of this video. Anyway, it's time for a boss fight in this secretive area. BHB Army Astronite Zoniha. It took you long enough to get here. I was starting to get bored. Well, now that you've made it, I hope you'll take your time and enjoy yourself. Ugh, look, I already know my voice acting is terrible, but man, when I'm sick, I can't do jack squat. Anyway, I bet those other wimpy nights weren't much of a challenge, were they? Since you had to wait so long for a real opponent, I'll be sure to take my time with you. It's no fun if it's too quick, is it? Zoniha is different from the other nights we've seen before. Well, aren't you a cute little thing? Once I've taken care of your pale friend over there, I'll make you my pet. I'm sure you'd like that. I'll take care of you for as long as you live. Pet? Pommy? Never! And of course, like any boss fight, she's gonna disable my remote control ability, so I can't manually detonate my bombs. They'll go off automatically. Anyway. Except, you'll have to be stuffed and mounted when I'm done with you! Here we go, Zoniha! It was only a matter of time before I had to battle against her. Now, this arena is a bit interesting. No matter what you do, you can't get rid of those signs in the corner. And whatever you do not want to get stuck in the corner, okay? Don't do it. Now, also oddly enough, the best bomb to use on this fight is the regular old fire bomb. They help get rid of these light balls that are chasing me. Ah, darn it! Freak! Yeah, Zoniha actually is pretty tough. I wouldn't consider her like the toughest boss fight, but she is a tough boss fight to have. Most of her attacks deal 2 hearts of damage. If she hits you with the rainbow laser, that deals 2 hearts. If she picks you up and throws you, that deals 2 hearts. These light balls chase you around. Those deal 1 heart. And Zoniha does have a 1-hit KO attack. Anyway, like I said, whatever you do, don't get stuck in the corner. That's my real only advice for this boss fight. Don't get stuck in the corner and use fire bombs. I'm getting destroyed. I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, I hit her one more time. Not like it really mattered, but yeah. So in order to actually get back to this boss fight, I need to take the roller coaster back over here. So I'll see you guys in just a moment. Whoosh! Okay, time for round 2, Zoniha. I don't recall this boss fight being so tricky, but hey, I do love a good challenge. The thing that's tricky about her is that she's so freaking tough, and all of her attacks like combo into each other, and I just can't get up quickly enough. And go. Okay. All right. I'm ready to chuck this at you. I'm ready to stun you. Just gotta keep moving. Darn it! Come on, work with me here, Zoniha. There, sorta. No, I don't want to stay in the corner. Okay, let's try the ice bombs. Circular explosions seem to be more useful for this fight. Okay, let's hit number 2. Oh shoot! Okay. Oh wait, no, I knocked her out. Good. Ah! How come she can get up so much more quickly? Oh, this is not gonna work. No! It is probably not a good idea to play this while I'm sick. And you know what? I've died 3 times on this level. And you know what that means? I no longer have the ability to throw bombs, which means I cannot get back over to that boss fight. Had I died for the 3rd time after I completed that boss fight, I could still complete the level. But because I do not have a way to get back over to that boss fight, that means that I have to play
this entire level over again. See, I have no way to get a bomb in there. My only theory is that maybe I can get knocked into the fountain and maybe I can kick a bomb into it. But nope, I think that the only solution here is that I have to play the entire level over again. And rather than restart this entire video, I'm thinking that I'll just cut ahead to when I actually play the level again and get back there. So I'll see you guys in just a moment. Whoosh! I don't know why this boss fight is giving me so much trouble. Let's try the earth bomb. Okay, that kind of worked. Maybe if she happens to stay in the explosion. No, that explosion's lasting too long and it can hurt me and okay. Alright, when I get the chance, I'll set down some fire bombs. I know fire bombs are like my best option! Come on, Zoniha, you are driving me crazy, girl. Oh my god, see, look at this. She's comboing into everything. If I only had 5 hearts still, I would be dead by now. Whoops, I was supposed to switch that to a fire bomb. That's okay. Okay, don't go in the corner. Do not go in the corner. Do not go in the corner. Never go in the corner. Do not go in the corner. Okay. Fire bombs? Okay. Get rid of those. Okay, or not. Alright, just set a bunch of these. Oh, okay, cool. This is actually working. See, I knew that this strategy would work. I just don't know why it took so long for me to actually do things properly. Okay. This boss fight run seems to be going much more smoothly than my previous attempts. So, let's keep it going. Oh, cool. Okay, all these explosions are hitting perfectly. Just gotta keep setting bombs. Just gotta keep moving, keep setting bombs. Something, please. Darn it. I can't last much longer. Come on, runny nose. Could get hit at any moment. No. Go, 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 go. There! Ha! Finally, I don't know why that took so long. It took me longer to defeat you than pretty much any other boss in the game. Give up, Zoniha. Bomberman's won. How dare you! Give up? Never! I'll take you with me! We're going to die! You pathetic mortal! Be gone! What? My attack disappeared? Bullzeeb, have you gone mad? I was following Rukafeld for one reason, to get more power. More power so I could defeat Bomberman! You mean you knew about Bomberman from the beginning? We've met before. I can't let you kill him. That's a pleasure I reserved for myself long ago. Sorry, Zoniha. You're the only man I ever respected! And you go and betray me! Goodbye, Zoniha. Thank you for telling me how you feel. Let me do the favor of sending you into the eternal night. Oh, and make sure to apologize to Moloch, will you? Bullzeeb, you! We're saved! Thank you! Huh. Looks like you don't appreciate the favor I did for you. I won't fight you here. There's no point in defeating you if you're not at your full strength. But we will finish what we started long ago. And I won't let the BHB army interfere. We'll meet again, Bomberman. Then we'll lay to rest our unfinished business from Planet Bomber. I can hardly wait. Until then, Bomberman. Is he an old enemy of Bomberman's? He helped us this time, but can Bomberman beat him? Look, it's the elemental Zoniha had. I think you mean elemental stone, but whatever. And just like that, I have the light stone, which allows me to create light bombs that stop time for anything in the blast radius. And that, I think, is super creative. See, I have the ice bomb, and that literally freezes enemies. But the light bomb stops time for objects. That is really cool, because, I mean, what does light do? You know, it allows different organisms to live, it allows different things to function. So this allows me to stop everything in its place. It won't hurt these enemies. Nope, I actually did not mean to go back here, but this is fine. It only hurts certain types of enemies, but for other enemies, it can potentially one-hit KO them.
I can only set down one light bomb at a time. It explodes in a large circle, and just like any other bomb, I can throw a large version of this bomb to get a bigger and more dangerous explosion. It is pretty cool. It's not the most useful bomb, but I think it is really clever and really amazing for being one of the final bombs I can get in this game. But okay, Zoniha is defeated. I got the light stone. All I got to do before I leave this planet now is destroy the gravity generator, which I'll do in the next part. So for now, that wraps up this part of Bomberman 64, the second attack, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. See you all in the next part. Bye-bye, humans. Whoosh.